Welcome to Abzen Digital World, and this is our first episode in Microsoft Excel. As we said earlier in our previous episodes in Microsoft Word, that we are going to begin with Microsoft Excel, and the videos will be in episodes. That's episode 1, 2, 3, just like the way we did for that Microsoft Word. Now, to get started, I would like to discuss two important things in this video. The first one is how to create and save a document, and then the second one, we will discuss about the anatomy of the spreadsheet. Now, the first thing I want you to understand in Microsoft Excel is what we call the column. As you can see, these are columns. A column is a vertical series of cells in Excel identified by letters A, B, C, etc. Whenever you click these alphabets, then the column gets selected, as you can see. And each column has its own specific name. For example, here we have the column H, we have the column F, we have the column D, and then we have the column J. So these are columns. And then the second one, we have rows. A row is a horizontal series of cells in Excel identified by numbers. So here, whenever you click this number, you see we have the row selected. So this is row 8, this is row 9, and this is row 3. So whenever you click on a number, on a row, it gets selected. That's the complete row. And then the next one, we have the cell. The cell is a single rectangular box where you can input data in Microsoft Excel, and it is the intersection of the column and the row. For example, here we have column F, and then we have row 5. The intersection here is what we call the cell in Microsoft Excel. This is the cell. And then before we move further, whenever you click a cell like this, it is called the active cell. Where you see this box, we call it the active cell in Microsoft Excel. And then we have the range. What is a range in Microsoft Excel? When you select, for example, from here to here, this is called the range. A range in Microsoft Excel is a group of cells that can span multiple rows and columns, and they are used for data analysis, calculations. So how do you name this range? Because this is a combination of different cells. So the way you name this is you start from here, the top upper corner. Here, as you can see, we have F6. That's from here, column F and row 6. So we name it F6, and then you just come to the bottom here. That's K15. The description of this range is F6 K15. So how do you say it? We call it F6 through K15. And the way to introduce, or the way to represent this through, is by using the colon. So we said F6 and K15. So that's how you describe the range. And then after this, we have the sheet. A sheet in Microsoft Excel is a single page or tab within an Excel workbook where you can enter and organize data. As you can see here, we have sheet 1, and then you can even add more sheets by pressing this page. You can use different Excel type. Because I'm using Microsoft Excel 2010, so you might use another version that's more than this. So you can press on to add more sheets. As you can see, you can also press right click on the sheets, and you can rename your sheet. For example, let's say episode 1. As you can see, so we have different sheets. The collection of one or more Excel sheets or tabs, it is called a workbook or spreadsheet. So when you have different sheets, sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3, so the collection of all these sheets is what we call workbook or spreadsheet. And then the next one, we have tabs. We have tabs. For example, here we have home, the insert tab, we have the page layout, we have the formulas, we have the data, review, and then we have the view. You can see that whenever you click this tab, we have different options here. These options are called the ribbon. The ribbon is the top menu bar in Excel containing tabs with various commands and options. For example, we have the table ribbon, the picture ribbon, the clip art, the shapes. And then the collections of each ribbons, they are called the group. So we have the table group, the screenshot, the column, the line, the pie, and so on. When you are using different Excel, maybe 2016, you might see that these things have some different or slight change, but don't worry. As time goes on, we'll understand what it all looks like. We have the vertical scroll bar here, and then we have the horizontal scroll bar here, in which you can use to scroll that's horizontally throughout the page. And then we have the zoom here. We have the zoom. When you click it, you move in, you zoom the place, you zoom the page. When you go back, you zoom out the page. And let me remind you of something. Whenever you zoom in or you zoom out, this will not affect your data on your workbook. This will not affect your data on your workbook. It's just simple zoom in and then a simple zoom out. And then we have the launch button. The launch button is a button where you can see some options, which is also called the application button. It's located at the top left corner of Excel, and it provides access to file commands like opening, saving, and so on. When you come to this place, you see we have formulas, we have page layout. So under this page layout, we have something, a small arrow here that you can press to access more options. You can see, so you can add more options that are not available in that particular group. And then talk about this thing, we have the last one, which is the quick access toolbar. Quick access toolbar is a customizable toolbar located above the ribbon that allows you to add frequently used commands for quick access. So here are the quick access toolbar. As you can see, we have email, we have quick print, we have open, and then we have new. You can even add more toolbars here, more commands. This will make it easy for you if you want to locate something in your Excel sheet. For example, you can select paste and then you will add it. So whenever you want to paste something, you can just come to this place and you can select it without even wasting time. And then how do you save a document in Microsoft Excel? In Microsoft Excel, if you want to save a document, you press Ctrl S, just like Microsoft Word, and then it will give you options on where to save your file. The first way, if you want to save it, the first time, it will ask you to rename your document and to select the folder where you want to save that particular document. Now let's select desktop, and then we'll save our document as episode 1, and then you press save. So you can see here we have the name of our document, which is episode 1. So this is just the introduction of our episode 1. We talk about the anatomy of Microsoft Excel, that's the spreadsheet, and then we talk about on how to create and save a document in Microsoft Excel. In our next episode, that's episode 2, we discuss on further things that we need to know in Microsoft Excel and how to input data and how to make some simple calculations. Thank you and see you in our next video.